Soil Sampling SOP Group C.
The purpose of this standard operating procedure is to describe the procedures for the collection of representative soil samples from the lawn in front of the Peterson building. Sampling depths are assumed to be those that can be reached without the use of mechanized equipment. Analysis of soil samples may determine whether concentrations of specific pollutants exceed established environmental action levels or if the concentration of pollutants present a risk to public health, welfare, or the environment. Soil sampling equipment required for the SOP includes tape measure, stakes, strings, scissors, hand auger or hand shovel, glass sampling jars with Teflon lined lids, ice box, ice pack, paper towels, canvas bag, watch, pins, sample labels, chain of custody, custody seals, random number chart, and safety vests.
Preparations.
In preparation for soil sampling, it is necessary to determine the extent of the sampling effort, the sampling methods to be employed, and the types and amounts of equipment and supplies required. After obtaining and decontaminating necessary sampling, monitoring, and safety equipment, perform a general site survey prior to site entry. Use stakes and string to establish a 10 by 10 square foot grid for the sampling locations. Sampling locations will be determined by a random number chart. Specific site factors, including extent and nature of contaminant, should be considered when selecting sample location. If required, the proposed locations can be adjusted based on site access, property boundaries, and surface obstructions.
The following procedure is used for collecting soil samples with the trier. First, clear the randomly chosen areas to be sampled of any surface debris, then place the jars in the chosen grid. Then insert the trier to about 5 inches in depth. After reaching the desired depth, slowly and carefully remove the trier from the hole. Transfer the sample into an appropriate sample container and secure the cap tightly. Fill out the sample label and attach to jar. Place the secured labeled sample jar in the cooler for preservation. Be sure to clean the trier with distilled water before taking additional samples to prevent cross-contamination. Be sure to take at least one duplicate sample for QA/QC. With all the samples placed into the cooler, be sure to attach the custody seal to the cooler lid. Finally, be sure to completely fill out the chain of custody form.